This last weekend, we got back from the Tinley Park NARBC Fall 2025 Reptile Show. And while we were there, we were able to talk to some of our favorite breeders at the show about the favorite animal, the best animal that they brought, and they talked about where they are taking those projects in the future. In addition, we also picked up some animals to expand our base and some of our favorite projects that we have been a little bit lacking on in the past. So for this week's video, we're gonna cover all of it. We're gonna dive into those animals, and we're gonna talk about how we felt the overall vibe of the Tinley Park NARBC show was. My name's Steven with Leviathan, and let's get to it.
All right, hey guys, this is Bob from Bob's Balls. So for Tinley, I brought out one of my favorite project animals. This here is a VPI Axanthic Desert Ghost Clown. This animal is something I've been wanting to produce for years. I just wanted to make a black and white animal that stays black and white as an adult. So we've seen Axanthic clowns before as adults. They kind of have that brown tint to them. Once you add the DG in there, it just really makes a nice, crisp animal. And this, as an adult, which I have an adult breeder of this combo, and it stays really nice, dark contrast. This animal here has already been sold to my buddy Tyler, but you can see it's very good quality pattern. It's not very reduced. You know, we want to make a little bit busier animal. And moving forward, we're gonna slide this project and adding in some dark genes. Nothing that's pattern reducing, so we're not gonna add any enchies and leopard stuff like that. I wanna add more pattern to this animal specifically. So moving forward, we're gonna be trying to add genes such as like black pastel, spot nose, confusion, hurricane, stuff like that. So here's a half sibling. This is a black pastel VPI Axanthic Desert Ghost het for clown. So you can imagine this animal, once you add that black pastel into the clown, it's gonna be way busier, way darker. You have more blacks on the back and just more contrast overall. And then obviously we'd like to add stranger and all these other things to it. And just keep making these guys nicer and more contrast.
So the very first pickup that we made at the Tinley Park NARBC was an animal that Courtney purchased. So she was going around on Friday and she was at Brock Wagner's table. And while she was there, she saw a lot of absolutely incredible animals, tons of sunset animals. But what really caught her eye was some really cool combo ultramel animals. And from this, she ended up picking up the very first snake that we got for the show. And that was a black pastel spot nose special bongo ultramel female. And well, a lot of times we really try to focus on those multi-recessive animals. The fact that she had a ton of other genes, and we actually didn't have any special before this animal, meant that we were able to work a ton of genes into specifically the ultramel sunset project in the future, because for us in that project, almost all of our animals are coming from the sunset side. And before this female, we actually didn't have any just ultramel females at all. So we got this girl, we're gonna grow her up, and it was a great price. I can't wait to see what we produce from her, and the babies that she is going to are gonna be critical for us expanding our base and really exploring the Ultrasun project in the years down the road.
All right, guys. Hey, I'm Chad Holker. I'm with Holker's Herps. I'm the owner and operator, breeder. I do everything. I'm a one-man show. So my favorite recessive right now is Puzzle. I go real heavy with Puzzle. I'm trying to do everything I can with it. And this year, I finally hit a couple combos I've been excited about. So this is my first visual Cypress puzzle. So this is a Cypress black pastel puzzle. This was possible het hypo and proved to be negative. So I'm making this guy available. It's a boy. This is my first Cypress puzzle I've ever hatched. What I do plan to do with this, you know, since I'm pretty heavy into Desert Ghost, I want to put Desert Ghost and hypo and everything I can into this combo, yellow belly, and just keep building off of this in those directions. But the black pastel and Cypress clearly are two good incomplete dominant genes to go into Puzzle. And another one that nobody really would ever have guessed is how well vanilla works with Puzzle. So this is a pastel yellow belly puzzle. Pretty typical one. This is also het Desert Ghost. And here is a pastel yellow belly vanilla puzzle. Vanizzle. This can be called the Vanizzle. But yeah, pastel yellow belly vanilla puzzle. This was also a sibling of the stranger. I had like a 4-gene het puzzle female lay, so this one didn't get het hypo either. And if you guys aren't already aware, puzzles eat very well and they like to nip you a little bit. So,
That's awesome.
but once I build, you know, lace, genes like lace, black pastel, you know, hypo, xanthic and stuff into these combos, and the super vanilla version. So genes like vanilla obviously are doing a whole lot more than what we expected with puzzle.
No, looks great. Looks so good.
So yeah, just using vanilla and making super forms of that and adding hypo, adding DG.
Awesome.
That's my direction with this stuff. And that's my favorite stuff. I do like the Desert Ghost puzzles here too. And just if you look at how good those are on their own, when you start adding these incomplete dominant genes into it, what we're going to be looking at here in the future.
For the second pickup that we made during the Tinley Park NARBC, it is another Ultramel animal. So while we were at the show, the Ultramel Sunsets, the Ultrasun project, was definitely the animals that everybody was so excited about to see when they came up to our booth. So from this, we really want to work the Ultrasun project in really two main directions. One of them is the Ultramel Sunset puzzle, which is stuff that we are pairing for right now, trying to make some triple hets. But we also want to work it through the Ultramel Sunset Clown. And while we do have some Sunset Clown stuff, we have some Ultramel Sunset stuff, we don't have any Ultramel Clown things in order to make those building block ingredients that we need to really work this project in the future. So while we were there, we were going around and we saw at Evan's table of Right On Reptiles that he had some incredible Ultramel Clown animals and some Ultramel Krypton animals. And we saw that he had a really well-priced male that was a yellow belly Ultramel Clown. And the reason why specifically a yellow belly Ultramel Clown is absolutely perfect for us is because in addition to all the sunset stuff that we have, Asphalt is our other big project, and I really like the way that the Super Gravel Ultramels look that Chris Hernan has made. So we knew that we wanted to do some freeway, super asphalt, super gravel, all of that stuff with Ultramel already. And because we have so many asphalt females and super asphalt females, this Ultramel Clown, because he has yellow belly, means that we are going to be able to make some freeway clowns that are het Ultramel, which will be absolutely perfect down the road. In addition, we also have some asphalt double het sunset clown females that I definitely want to put at least one of those to this boy, so that way we can have a shot, even if the odds are a little long, to make some freeway clowns that everything will be het Ultramel, and then we can test through Rare Genetics Incorporated to see whether or not they end up being sunset. Because if years down the road we're able to make some freeway Ultramel sunset clowns, I am absolutely positive that those animals are going to be incredible.
Hey guys, it's Adam at Proper Royals. We got a rainbow clown here. As far as I know, this is one of only two that have been produced. I believe Ted at Susquehanna has produced another one. I did not produce this. I invested in this animal, had the opportunity to acquire it. You know, as it grows, it's getting a little bit more pale, so I think the idea is going to be to really start to try and magnify these dark oranges, and then sort of that lavender purple outline I think would be great to go after as well. And so in order to do that, we'll look into some dark genes, I think. She's at least a year away from being bred still. Well, look at that on the back there, man, it's incredible. I think what we will end up doing is going for a dark gene clown. Currently at the house, I've got an acid leopard black pastel hurricane clown male, which I think would get a great variety of dark genes in there, where we could really see how they're going to interact. And if acid and leopard clown are any indication of what they'll look like in the rainbow, I'm pretty excited about that. So looking forward to the future with this one, and it's kind of nice to be on sort of the ground level of a project, you know?
The last animal is something that came from our best sale of the show, and huge shout out to Vince and Melise of Cert Plus, because on Sunday, they came by, and as we talked about earlier in the video, a ton of people were really interested in the Ultrasun animals that we had at the show. And while I wanted to originally hold back both the male and the female Ultrasuns that we brought to the show, we did end up listing the female for sale, mainly because Bob bullied us about trying to put them both as NFS on the table. So we had the female listed, and Vince and Melise ended up coming up and they ended up buying her. And I was super excited for them, even though I am a little sad that we don't have that female anymore. But I can't wait to see what they do with her. But as part of the deal, we actually ended up doing a partial trade for her. And one of the animals that we got for that girl was this absolutely stunning, incredible boy. And he is a black pastel spot nose lace clown male. And specifically why I really wanted this boy is that they had shed tested him and confirmed that he is 100% for sure lace, which I think is really important when it comes to buying lace animals. In my opinion, I don't know if I'm willing to buy a lace animal in 2025 unless it's been shed tested or unless it came from a white lace, because I don't want to spend that kind of money and it turns out to not actually be lace. So we got this boy and we really need more males anyway, so we're going to be putting him to some Nyala Furrow clown things. We're going to be putting him to our lace yellow belly het clown female and trying to make those white lace clown combos and lots of other stuff. And probably we're going to end up putting him to some sunset stuff as well in order to work lace into our sunset project, because again, we only have one lace animal before we got this boy, and that's that yellow belly lace het clown female, and that can be a little difficult to really work a project that you're excited about. But I am so stoked about this boy. I can't wait to see all of the babies that he's going to be able to produce from us, and I am super freaking excited that we were able to get him from Vince and Melise, and I am so excited for them picking up that Ultramel Sunset girl. So with all of this, it brings us to how I felt the entire Tinley Park NARBC show actually went. And in terms of sales, I think that the volume, the straight up count of how many sales were being made was a little bit down compared to previous Tinleys that we've been to. It felt like that the foot traffic wasn't nearly as heavy as it was in March, but from a guest perspective, I feel like that this actually made the show a lot more enjoyable because you could actually walk around and not just get bogged up by being shoulder to shoulder with so many different people. But from anecdotally, all of the people that I just talked to at the show, it seems like everybody was selling stuff, but primarily it seems that it was the breeder to breeder sales. It was a lot of really high-end animals that were selling. I know that Brad and Brock ended up selling 2 Sunset DG clown females. I know that Bob ended up selling a DG Exanthic clown. He ended up selling a Sunset Puzzle, and we ended up selling the Ultramel Sunset during the show. So again, it wasn't as high a volume in sales, but those sales that were made were really high-end animals, and it ultimately made our show at Tinley Park NARBC the absolute best monetary show we've ever done, and I am super excited that we had the chance to vend it with Bob. Anyways, I can't wait for the next show, and if you guys are going to be going, definitely let us know because we'd love to meet up. We love meeting everybody in the community, but my name's Steven with Leviathan, and we will see you next week.